Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Your Football Show, and do you call it the second series? We're back for a second series, do you know what I mean? The powers that be demanded that we be back for a second series. It's White Rose Rivals. We've got faces old and one new. We enjoyed it that much that we thought, you know what, let's not just keep it exclusive to the Championship. Let's just open it up to the whole of the EFL. So we
Joe,
took... go on, mate. Go on.
Mate. Just before, after last episode, you were in playoffs. Just fill us in what happened there, because I left the country then. So
did you go to the Premier League as well?
Sorry, I've only just got back in country. What happened?
Yeah, you know what happened, mate? We're still here, aren't we?
You had 98 points, didn't you? 100 points, yeah? Surely. No?
No, unfortunately not, Gossie. Unfortunately
sorry,
not, mate.
Mate.
It's all right, mate. You enjoy League One, mate. You can enjoy League One, can't you? It is what it is. We've got faces, new and old, of course. Look, see what I mean? He can't even work his computer. He's come on. He's tried to give it the big one, and he's shut himself down. This is what we have to expect from Gossie.
He thought he would end at show.
Yeah, exactly.
2 minutes in.
Yeah, exactly. Let's welcome Hal first and foremost. Everyone on my show will have seen him before, but he's new to the setup. Hal, how are you? And welcome back to the Championship, my friend.
Oh, yeah, thanks for that. Do you know what, Joe? I'm just going to take a quick moment just to say some nice words. So since I was last doing stuff with Leeds-related channels, I had like an outpouring of kind words from Leeds fans. And I just want to say thank you, because it isn't often with football fans, especially rivals, that they actually reach out and say nice things. I don't get that from Sheffield United fans. They all hate me. But Leeds fans have been incredible. I even got offered tickets to go to a game at Ellen Road. Obviously, I turned that down. But that is kind, and the support means a lot. Obviously, I'm a blade through and through United, but thank you. It means a lot.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really nice way to start. However, I feel throughout the rest of this show that sort of love might change a little bit. Obviously, you've got your biggest rival, Ash, with us. Ash, welcome back, my man. How do you feel having to, do a show with a blade? Used to it's tough, right?
Yeah, it's going to be all right. No, I'm not. I know we've been.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah,
that's it. Definitely that. I'm definitely that. No, it's all good banter. I mean, Sheffield United have obviously had 3 or 4 visits to the Premier League before we have. So, hey, there's no denying that. I'm not thinking. But yeah, it's always good, isn't it, to have a good laugh?
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah,
go on.
No, I was just going to say, all that matters really is the end of the season, isn't it? After 46 games, where you are in that league.
Yeah, which, to be fair, Ash, you are one of my outsider picks to do really well and maybe push towards the top 6, just because of Danny Roll. What? How's the temperature in on the blue and white side of Sheffield?
It's pretty hot. It's unbelievably positive. And if you obviously you did ask me this time last year, I wasn't so happy and smiley then.
I think you did give it the big one until game week 1, and then
when you did me with the Bambo Diaby video.
Yeah,
I won't forget that. No, I think through Wednesday nights, I think with the obviously keeping hold of Danny and the signings we've made in the summer, we're up to 11 now, and it's with today's announcement of VK Ugbo coming back. It's very positive, and not many Wednesday nights have seen that sort of positivity at the start of the season. So it's good. It's a good feeling for once.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to hear. Another club that's made like a shit ton of signings, that's got every man and his dog, the tongues wagging, is of course the red and white side of Sheffield. How are you feeling? Because 6 weeks ago you barely had a squad, and now you're signing the best of the Championship, it would seem. You must be bouncing, mate.
Let me answer your question, Joe, with a question,
Okay.
which is, who's just returned?
Who's just returned? What do you mean?
Cossie's back.
Oh, Cossie's back. Yeah.
I'm just getting my ticket for Morecambe at home, lads, before it's sold out.
And just to answer your question properly, Joe, in Chris Wilder we trust. Never did I have even a moment's hesitation, doubt, worry or concern. You panic at the end of the transfer window. It hasn't even slammed shut yet. there'll still be more business to be done. And the Blades are going to be, I think, in quite a strong position. Look, we've kept all the players everyone said would go, and we've added more. 136 points, here we come.
We'll see. Matt, how are you, mate? You must be really looking forward to the season, because obviously last season was bad for Rotherham. Am I right in saying it's almost been 365 days since you won away from home?
You can almost double that. 641 Saturday will be. Since we've got Sheffield United with the last team we beat.
Really?
Yeah.
And wait, are you away from home the opening weekend?
Yeah,
please.
So it's a chance to,
Rotherham are going away after them this weekend, I think.
I obviously want us to win, but it'd be quite interesting to see how far we can push it and still be, quite good this season. But yeah, we're going to finally start winning games. It's going to be amazing. 5 wins last season in all competitions. I'm not convinced we're going straight back up. We'll come to that in a bit, but we're going to start winning games of football. We're going to go on runs of maybe back-to-back wins and things such as that. So there is a massive... There's positive vibes around the club. Some fans are less positive than others. But
how's the big man Steve Evans getting on?
Oh, he's loving life. He is like a dog with 2 dicks. He is so happy.
Sombrero out. He'll have his sombrero and his shorts and them horrible trotters out, won't he, soon, with his flip-flops on, man.
He's got an old collar in local paper as well, so he can tell everybody how amazing he is in written form as well. He's buzzing. He's loving life.
Oh, good stuff. Cossie, how are you, my man? League One. I know you keep ribbing, you keep mentioning it, but how are you feeling, mate?
Feeling weird, Joe, to be honest with you, mate. I'm still not over it, and I need to get over it. I've tried to go to doctors for some medicine, but there's no League One medicine counter. I've got to get over it. Simple as that. We're down, and the season starts on Saturday. Matt said he won 5 games. We won 9, so if I put us 2 together, 14 games, we won out of 92. Pretty grim, that, innit? So, yeah, just looking forward to winning some games. Obviously, we've got Michael Duff in charge, so I just want to get back straight away, Joe. Whatever it takes, if we sign in players who are 38 years old and journeymen 40-year-olds. I know Pepe's just retired today, so maybe we can get him out of retirement. But honestly, I don't want to be in longer than a season. The only thing is, in that division, as Sash will say, and history tells you, it's hard to get straight out of it, isn't it? Straight away. So,
Birmingham have already won it as well, surely.
Surely that Alfie May thing was a bit of a stinger. It looks like we were getting him sorted, and then obviously he's gone there. So, no, it's going to be interesting, mate. But to be fair, Joe, I know you can't read it in pre-season because Warnock had us playing dog and duck last year and we were winning 13-0 and all that. But we've had some games, mate, where I know this is small steps, but when you're mentally shattered, like we've had 2 seasons of just losing football, it's like we've won a few games from behind, and you just cling on to anything, don't you, at this stage of the season. Obviously, we played Alf's team last Friday and played all right, to be honest with you, but it's just about mentally getting over the relegation because it was a brutal kind of ending. But the big thing is for us, Joe, I just think we need to have a big August. I know it can't be won and lost and all that crap that comes out in the first month, but I just think we've had 2 seasons. I just don't want that era to go again. And it's a really tough start for us against Peterborough, who, it's kind of an old, it's one of those derbies like Palace Brighton where you're thinking, they're miles away from each other. Why is this such needle? But goes back a few years, not even to the playoff final at Old Trafford, but even before that in the 90s where they knocked us out. So, yeah, honestly, mate, if we could win there on Saturday, then all of a sudden everyone's like, here we go. But yeah, I just think out of anyone, we need a good start, mate. But we've at least we've got some creativity in our midfield and a couple of fullbacks. But I still think there's missing pieces of the jigsaw. And again, like a lot of teams, yourselves, Joe, and I think I'm reading today about Sheffield United. There's a lot of business to be done there, and it's frustrating, isn't it? I wish the window had shut before the season. I know all managers probably agree with this, but you've got someone like Michael Elliott who probably won't be there by the end. I think Luton is sniffing, Lee Nichols, I don't know if he'll be there. So you just want to know what you've got, don't you, at this stage? Probably all the managers would agree with us. But yeah, there's still a lot to do. But it's, I just think we need a good start on Saturday, mate. I really do.
Has your man Kevin Nagel managed to say the word Leeds yet or write it? Or is he still leaving little...
Say Lincoln now, Joe. But, oh no, the Ipswich. This is what I mean. Our management are stupid. Our CEO were on about Ipswich yesterday. So if they hadn't gone up, they'd have been, that have been in big trouble. Why are they mentioning other teams? It does my head in. Concentrate on your own business, guys, because you took us down with your leadership. But
especially when they're in the Premier League as well.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no. But it's like one of those. You hear it every year, don't you? So and so doesn't get up there knackered and this, that, and the other. The only thing I'd say, Joe, in his defence, he's done the stadium up really nice. I know that don't count for points or whatever, but there's a lot of murals. They've painted the seats and them, them beautiful arches that you see there. But no,
well worth 12 points that, Cos.
I knew that would come in, but it's just a little thing really, because obviously we share it with a rugby team. There's a bit of animosity there, so it's like but like it's anything, mate. If we're 2-0 down against Peterborough half an hour, it doesn't matter whether we play at Wembley or whatever. It's just So no, it's going to be interesting, Joe. But it's I think it's imperative we start well Saturday, mate.
Yeah, for sure. Tom, then your summer obviously lost Liam Rosenior, or sacked him, should I say. Yeah. Can I get your opinion on that? Because I think it's wild that you did that.
I think from an outsider it's wild, but and obviously where we're finished in the end, like 7th. I mean, at the start of the season I'd taken that, but I think it's because we threw the bucket in January and he was probably told that he had to get playoffs, otherwise he's getting sacked. And that's obviously the reason why he went. But I think obviously, I came on here saying about the home form and stuff like that, and at times it was dire to watch at home. Like, he didn't want to change the football, and obviously, if you look at from the owner's point of view, he's coming all the way from Turkey to watch a game of football, and he's seeing us like pass it on the back against Plymouth, and we're having one shot on target. So when I started looking at first, I was really annoyed. I was fuming that we sacked him, but then when I started to sort of like delve into it a bit more and look at like how he was backed, like our squad is easily like top 4 in the division, I'd say, like after January. I felt it was probably the right decision, but obviously there's a bit of concerns this summer now, like with obviously the lack of business we've done so far. And, Walter's quite a promising manager from obviously what I've seen so far with the football. Like, it's much better, like more exciting to watch. I mean, went to the friendly game against Fiorentina, was 2-0 down, came back to draw 2-2 and play some good stuff, but he just needs the players in, and luckily we're starting to get them in now. But the biggest, obviously, mission for us is replacing Greaves and replacing all the goals we lost, because with the loan players and Philogene departing and obviously the Lappin players like that we lost like 40, 50 goals just with them players. So it's like that's my biggest worry. Like I'm not anticipating a season where we're going to be challenging playoffs again. I think it's a season of stability, so I think probably mid-table this season if I had to go now. But anything can happen, obviously, later on in the window, I guess.
Yeah, true. There's still a long way to go. I still think Leeds United might lose, maybe Nonto, but hopefully bringing in Johnny Rowe, which would be an unbelievable signing. If
Joe,
honestly,
I've studied some form of it. Honestly, Joe, I just can't see anyone stopping it. I know this isn't going to go down well in Huddersfield, but the division looks so weak, mate. I know you've lost.
Yeah, I'm back in Leeds.
A couple of players.
That's right, Sheffield. Yeah, are you listening? Go on, Cossie, carry on.
No, I know. I said there were a business to be done in a month ago, etc. But I just look around. There's so many ifs and buts and maybes. I've seen West Brom being touted. Mate, they're like getting Devante Cole and like just kind of pass-ups because they're struggling with the financial fair play. Everyone else looks as though in a bit of an issue, and look at like Middlesbrough as well. They look to have the best firepower, but they're hardly coming in a position of strength. It's got Parker. It might not be a bad thing that you didn't go up, Joe. I just think I just look around. I'm struggling to see any competition, but obviously don't. Who just said Ipswich last year, so maybe this will be thrown back at me in May or whatever.
Those people saying Coventry, aren't they? Like challenging.
Yeah, there is a few saying that. To be fair, how do you? Hal, I'll come to you because obviously Sheffield United, first year parachute payments, doing a lot of business. How do you like react to people putting Leeds front and centre? Because to be honest, I've listened, apart from the second tier who do it purely for clicks because they know if they clip it up and put it out that Leeds are finishing third, they'll get so much interaction. Everybody else has got Leeds front and centre. How do you feel about that, mate?
Yeah, you'd imagine that looking on it at paper, Leeds will probably win the league, but the season hasn't started yet, and I always think you've got to give it 10 games. You've just got to see, because if it was that simple and the strongest side always won the league, well, no one would like football because it wouldn't be that entertaining. And sometimes that happens. In some leagues, that does happen. But even last season in the Bundesliga, that didn't happen. And we can't be sure that it's going to happen with Leeds United. And I maintain some real hope and optimism that Sheffield United are obviously going to be the team that will win the league, because obviously I've got to think that way. But I do really believe the business we've done is very good, and I do believe we'll keep hold of our better players, and I do think Leeds will lose some good players. You might replace them, you might not. And it's all going to be dependent on when the deals happen. And I think starting is relatively important in the Championship, but actually it's much more important how you finish. And we'll see, there could be a team in 10th in January, does some really good business and just has that crest of a wave, rides it to the playoffs. And that team that finishes 6th, we all know what happens there.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Let's talk some League One, Matt. What are your aspirations for the season? Because it doesn't sound he doesn't sound too confident at all. But Matt, where's your head at? I know it looks like Birmingham are probably going to run away with it, but where's your head?
Birmingham should run away with it with the money they spent, but their signings are a bit odd for League One. As a club who know how things work in League One, you need players who know the league. You need, sometimes it's a journeyman, sometimes it's just someone who's been there once and done it. Birmingham haven't done other than Alfie May, who scores lots of goals but hasn't been promoted out of that league. They haven't brought the know-how in. The coach is a young coach from Spurs, again, doesn't know the league. I don't think it'll last very long. I think they're underestimating how tough League One is. But with the money they spent, the pressure's on straight away. If they're 10 games in, we saw what they did last year with Eustace. So they'll pull trigger at some point and maybe learn.
They're thinking the wrong mentality, I think, for League One. They're slashing the cash and on players from foreign leagues, like you say. Whereas I think a team like you're looking at players that have been there, like Johnson, Clark Harris, Rafferty, players like that have been promoted before.
Yeah,
Boys,
exactly.
Can I just to quickly jump in? Can everyone who's on StreamYard see Matt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because on YouTube you've disappeared.
What do you mean I've disappeared?
I swear to God, on YouTube you've disappeared. Everyone said so. I've just quickly had a look on YouTube, and there's an empty box.
I just thought they were being complimentary of Matt's pre-season. I thought he'd lost a couple of pounds.
I think what's interesting in our division, Joe, though, it's like I spoke to a Bolton fan yesterday, and I was saying, Ian Evatt, what a job he's done, and says, we want him out. I'm like, you what? Because they did turn up in that playoff final, and the pressure's on to get promoted. It's a bit different with FAC, isn't it? Because, like, you've lost in a playoff final, they lost in a playoff final, and it sounds like to me, if Everton don't get it going in the first 3 months, I can't believe it. I thought this man had have so much credit in the bank, and they seem to have signed well in the off-season, but I may well have him, and he's just, from the outside looking in, you think he's done a great job, and I'd feel the same about FAC as well, but there's no real pressure on him, but I think Birmingham and Bolton, just because obviously it's money for Birmingham, Bolton were there in the playoff final. I think there's expectations will be huge for their fans to get up, but it's it'd be interesting.
I think the thing with Bolton is Ian Evatt is so publicly he is so arrogant. So as a fan, he's got to deliver. If as an outside fan, that we all hate him, I think that's understandable. But as a fan of that company, you only so much you can take of a man saying we're the best team in the league, this, that, other, and not get there. So
Says you with Steve Evans. Jesus, man.
Hey, I'm not defending Steve Evans.
I can have that, but no, nothing short of a. How do you think Wrexham's going to get on? Do you think it's just going to be the year where reality kicks in, or this fairy tale?
Yeah, mid-table.
Sky Sports just all over it. It does my head in, mate. There's
mid-table. I think mid-table this season. Yeah.
I think so, Tom. Right.
They've not gone big either. I thought they were stupid and big. They've not. I think they seem to understand League One's tough, so they're maybe going to take a season, settle in, get a new manager at some point. They don't rip Parkinson for that level either, and next year's probably their year.
You lads bored to death of League One chat already, aren't you?
No. Do you know what though? If any, I know a lot of people won't probably agree with it, but like what Wrexham have done, obviously, if Ryan Reynolds and that don't come in at Wrexham, and I have not watched any of the TV programs or anything like that, but if they don't come in, then the EFL doesn't sign this massive bumper deal that sees all these games going across all of the states and stuff like that. Is that a knock-on effect to that? Obviously, there's barely any 3 o'clock kickoffs anymore, but it's not such a bad thing, is it? You're in the division, I guess.
A bit of jealousy, to be honest, Joe. They've, yeah. But I mean,
in Syria McKellen from Huddersfield.
Patrick Stewart, mate.
Oh, it's one of them. It's one of them. Patrick Stewart.
Mate. I've got an haircut like Patrick, but
is that guy, the Star Trekky guy? Yeah,
X-Men guy.
Yeah.
X-Men. Yeah,
Beam me
same
up.
guy, same guy.
Yeah. I'll say beat me
Game-
up, Scotty. That's the older Star Trek, ain't it? But
Syrian McKellen's from Lancashire.
Oh,
Wigan,
is
isn't
it?
it? I think
Oh,
it's
right,
Wigan.
okay.
Something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
yeah, I was talking to Bumble Lloyd last week at cricket, and he lives in York, and he's a Lancastrian, so the world's gone mad, mate. All right, mate. All right. I'm from York, you know.
Yeah, I actually am from York, and York is without doubt the best city.
Oh, it is, mate. Get to Clifton Park. I'll buy you a drink. I'm there Saturday, mate. Come on.
Well, I mean, I don't live there anymore. I live in Cyprus, so you got a little bit further to walk.
Yeah, I'll come to yours, mate. That'll be
Yeah. Mate,
Get along.
it's
Yeah, I like that
8:30 at night, and it's 33 degrees, and I am sweating. So
Mate,
I'm not sure.
Souvenir shop out before 10 o'clock, mate. Late night
Yeah.
opening. Mate,
Oh, God, man, honestly. Sorry. I've lost my flow now. I just couldn't
Don't worry,
let
I'm there.
yous talk.
Sorry,
I just let yous talk. I just
Steve
find
Evans,
it
good
funny.
man.
It
He's a
is what
good
it is.
bloke.
Yeah, Steve Evans. Yeah. Have you done much business, Matt?
Early, yeah. We've signed 12 or 13 players. Most of them we may, I think, to be honest. I don't know what we're going to do this season. We've signed players like Tom mentioned, with Clark Harris, Joe Raffick won league, Sean Raggett won league last year. He signed players who know how to get out of this division, but I think we lack some real quality, like a few other teams. Pre-season's been fine, but I haven't seen anything special. I don't know how we're going to set up. I don't know what formation is going to be. I don't know what starting 11 is going to be. So there's too many questions for me to kind of get excited in going forward. And the league's really tough. You know, outside Birmingham, you've got about 14 teams that think they should be at top 6 this year. So it's so competitive. I'd take playoffs if you offered it me right now, but we could easily finish 14th, but we could also easily finish second. It's so wide up in this league this year.
Yeah, Matt, we signed players to get out of division last season, and we did it. So yeah, let's hope it happens again.
It looks the toughest. Like it looks tougher than like last season to get out of League One. I think like the amount of teams. Like.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Should we give? Where do you think you'll end up then, Matt? Let's hear from you. Where do you think? Are you going to be?
I've predicted 8th for us on our show. I haven't seen enough from us on paper and in pre-season to say that we'll be a real challenge in there. But it's Steve Evans. Literally anything could happen with him. He's just so unpredictable. Things could suddenly click for no apparent reason, and we go on and win league. He's just that kind of character. And things might change before the end of winter. On 31st of August, I might have a slightly different tune. But I don't think we've got enough at minutes, so I think we'll just miss out on playoffs.
That's fair. Cossie, give us your aspirations for the season, mate, in League One.
I'd love to have an automatic promotion flirt, mate, but I think it'll be 5th, and we're quite good at playoffs, to be honest, Joe. I don't want to have another dig, but yeah, we're good at playoffs, mate. But it's again, it's just a bit of a weird one at the moment. We're trying to get a striker in Alpha May. Birmingham come with a big money and kind of priced him away from us and that as well. And again, you're looking, Reece Lead, mate, who I think he'll get a lot of goals in this division, but he's injury prone a little bit, mate. So that does worry me a little bit. But we have signed a couple of creative midfielders, mate. A guy from Bristol Rovers, Anthony Evans, they were gutted to lose him, which is always a good sign. So, you were mentioning about need League One players. We've finally woken up to that, where last season, we kind of, we've got a manager who knows the division as well. I think that's a big thing, really.
You've got a squad of League One players now, though, so you've done that.
Oh, gosh, brutal. Yeah, Talbot Thomas has gone to France, mate. How bad's that? He's had enough. But yeah, I think what we've needed is like a bit of creativity in the middle of the park.
Did anything happen on the fallout of that Bert Alt or what? No, that's the American coach, isn't it? What was he called?
Brian Riley, yeah.
What happened with him then? Because obviously, he gave it the big one in his Stony Island and that, and then it all just massively crumbled, didn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of divided the fan base. A lot of fans are saying, I'm glad he's pointed out, because he obviously went big time with a lot of vitriol, didn't he? He went down with all gunslinging. I didn't think he was going to stay, to be honest, John. The good thing is the club got duff in early, and obviously it depends what you want to look at. Swansea. It's a funny club that I always think, Swansea, and when I went down there, it was last game when we played them, and they were really getting on his back. But I don't think Michael Duff football is kind of what they like at like the Betch. But obviously Barnsley did a great job until he was outfoxed by that absolute football legendary manager, Brian Clough Darren Moore, who whatever happened to Darren Moore? Yeah, what a manager he was. Thanks, Darren. Yeah, so no, it's interesting, mate. But I must admit, I do like kind of Dubs no nonsense kind of talk, really, and I think that'll get Huddersfield people on side. But it's always going to be about results. So I just think, I think we've got to try and get back up straight away. But I don't, at the moment, as the squad stands, I don't see us any better than a 5th or 6th, which, it's. I do think it is Birmingham and one other place. I really do think that. But a bit like you said in Championship, I think it's a little bit open for some other spots really as well. And there'll be one of those teams that we've not even talked about, mate. That maybe will Wrexham come with a charge, but it's a grueling season. And then you chuck in that glamorous Bristol Street Motors Trophy, mate, which unfortunately, Ash, you will not be in this year, so don't cry too much, mate. But no, it's. I think honestly, mate, I just think if we start winning games and a smile on his face, we'll be quite happy for that, mate, because it's been 2 seasons of just losing football. The season before, not saying a fluky playoff final, but it was the most random season out of the last 7. But the last 6 out of the last 7 seasons we're just losing games. So I just think it'd be nice, even against the opposition that it will be. Just nice to start winning. But bring it on, mate. We've got 3 nice kits as well. I don't know if that counts you for any points. I think decent and.
We've got the best kit in the division, man. The yellow one with the smiley badge.
A nice kit is a Patriot Stadium. He's already been promoted all of a
sudden. Here we go.
We've got the best kit, I think. If you look at our away kit, it came out today.
Do you reckon?
Tom, get it on. Get it flashed up, mate. I want to see it.
Let's have a look. I mean, ours has broken records, like for highest selling shirt we've ever sold. So, like, I'd imagine with the size of our club compared to yours, that's huge, right? You know what I mean? So it's what it is.
With most red on it of any Leeds shirt.
Yeah.
No, I'm on about the away one that's yellow and blue. Pal. No red.
Yeah. A Leeds away shirt that's yellow and blue. Fancy that.
It's actually the first yellow one we've had in a while.
Anyway, right, this has all been very enjoyable. I went and did a Wrexham podcast while we're talking League One yesterday, and it's the lads from Welcome to Wrexham who had me on. And if you haven't watched Welcome to Wrexham, it's actually really good. And it's like not just about the football, it's all like the community and the stuff they're doing. So Joe, get it watched. It's good. The way that you said Ryan Reynolds and that. Well, that's Rob McElhenney is the and that. There is only 2 of them. But Rob McElhenney, I'm Team Rob. I'm all about that guy. He does Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is very funny. But what I didn't know when I went on this podcast was that Rich, the host, is so unbelievably handsome. They've not just got Hollywood money, they've got Hollywood fans. I mean, the guy made me look like an absolute troglodyte. I wouldn't have agreed. They gave me the choice of audio or video. If I'd known, I would have said, let's do audio only. No one needs to look at this. My wife's sick of it. No one needs to see that. But you see, I can be mildly ugly when I'm doing regular stuff. When you're next to someone really handsome, it exemplifies just how awful my features are. But it reminded me, just when we started this stream, you had someone pop up with a question about Chris Wilder's teeth.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've seen, but Sheffield United have got a new sponsor, which is a Turkish chap who's called Dr. Cynic or Dr. Nick or something like that. Hi, everybody. And they do the teeth. And I'm thinking of getting in touch because there's nothing wrong with my teeth. My teeth are fine. I've only started drinking coffee recently, so they'll go in a few years. But it is a bit of Goldilocks and, Baldilocks and the 3 hairs now. So I'm thinking the hair transplant, that could be me.
Do you reckon you might get like a discount being a season ticket holder vibe, one of them ones?
That's what I'm thinking. And maybe if I go through the journey and talk about it, on the YouTube channel, what we're saying, not have to pay for a hair transplant could be nice.
You're out. If you get a discount, mate, me and Joe are interested as well, yeah?
Joe,
to be honest, mate, I'm not because I can't lie to you because I put a photo on the other day of me with hair and everyone was like, "Fecking hell, how big's your forehead?" and all that. So I actually look better with a bald head, me, Cossie. So I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, you've lost 2. You start on -2, don't you? I'm not to get this. You do, don't you?
Yes, we do start on -2 for being bad lads, but we will have 1 point after Friday night.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, is everyone still there? Oh, we've muted you, Hal. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, you were talking. Sorry. What I will say, folks, as well, this season we have opened it all up to other channels. But what I will say, if I see any shit in the comments from me to you, you will get blocked. So don't be coming with all that sort of stuff. We have
Joe,
a little bit of a laugh at that.
I love nasty
no.
comments aimed at me.
No,
I welcome it. It's all, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Nah, but there's certain stuff that's being said that's not acceptable, and if it carries on, you'll get banned. Simple as that. Okay, folks? So I'll just put down that marker straight off the bat. Yeah, cool. Right. I was going to ask, we'll come to Ash first and foremost. Ash, when was the last time you had a Steel City derby? That must be the most exciting thing about this season for you, right?
5 years ago.
5 years.
Yeah, but it always does, doesn't it? When you've got local rivals going to be playing each other, it always adds a bit. But it's just 6 points out of the season, though, isn't it? And I don't know. Never spoke to Hal before, but I'm not one of those Wednesday fans that it is the season. Playing Sheffield United, it's the highlight. I'm not. I am for the whole season. It's 46 games. But yeah, it does for a lot of people, and a lot of Wednesday fans, and I'm suppose United fans do look to that when they got relegated, and when we stayed up, would have been one of the first things when the fixtures come out. When do we play? 9th of November is the first, which is the away game for us, should I say, at Bramall Lane. Yeah, it is into everyone who has a local. I mean, none of you guys will know because you're all one-team towns, cities, aren't you? But for us and like Bristol, Manchester, when you do have that derby. Yeah, Bristol City, Bristol Rovers.
I know, but it was like Manchester, Bristol.
Sheffield, Bristol. That's how my mind works. Yes, so yeah, looking forward to it, but it's just 2 games.
Yeah, that's fair. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think I'm the same. You know what? Because I've lived in like a lot of different places, I feel like I have a lot more in common with another man from Sheffield than I do with a Londoner. So I'm not one of these people that is all about hating Wednesday. Obviously, I want to beat Wednesday because we're in the football business. But it's theatre, really. It's entertainment. I'm supposed to hate Ash because of geography, but I don't know Ash, and I might like Ash, and I might have a lot in common with Ash. So I tend to not really think like that. And obviously on the game day, yes, let's go out and beat them. But I'd want to beat Wednesday. I'd want to beat Preston. I'd want to beat Crewe if we're playing them in the League Cup. I want Sheffield United to win every single game. But just like Ash said, it's not everything for me. It's all about where we finish at the end of the season. So spot on. Quite agree.
There you go. Tom, then you said just a bit before you think it's a transition season, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a rebuild season. I mean, it's our third full season with the new owner.
Will your owners fly for that? Because I've heard some comments where he's pretty much Rossini didn't play the right style of play, etc., and we want something more exciting. So are your owners going to actually accept a transition season? Do you think?
I think we've got to really, because we've not shown the ambition in the transfer window, and we can't really afford to. I mean, he's come out and said that we can't really afford to spend that much. So I think we're going to have to settle for a transition season. I mean, the wheels are in motion now with the transfer business. We signed Marvin Malem from Darmstadt, which was a good set. I thought was a good signing, and then signed that goalkeeper today from Young Boys. So that was a good signing as well. But obviously, we need a lot more for me to be convinced that we can even throw a challenge this season. I mean, there's a lot more teams that are strengthening better than us, and they've got squads ready. Whereas it's our third season under the ownership, and we're rebuilding again. Like, it feels like we're having to bring in 12 players every summer, and I'd rather as this season probably sign 5 or 6 good permanent players, to a couple 3-year contracts and sort of go from there. Really, like I think I've sort of settled that we'll probably work challenge playoffs. If we do, then that's a bonus.
What's going on with Raksaki? Because Leeds have been linked. I know Hull were linked.
Yeah.
Is he settled on the Blades, Hal?
He's going to Sheffield United.
Yeah,
of course he is. He was always coming to United. There was just a little bit about lads from London, he knows London. He actually had a trial with Sheffield United years ago, and we said, no, we could have saved ourselves a fortune, because you might think it's a loan. Loans nowadays are incredibly expensive. I had a look recently at the amount we spent on loans, and it's eye-watering, and this one is a 7-figure loan. And Palace are going to have a recall option in January, which might just be for injuries, but that's terrifying. If they did that, I guess we'd only pay 500,000. Quick maths. So we'll see how he gets on, and it'll be interesting because he's got wheels for feet. He looks very exciting. I've done a video about him. Check it out. It's only had a few views, so I'd like a few more.
Yeah, no, he's exciting. He was at Charlton in League One. I think some of you guys might. Matt, you're nodding your head. Do you remember Raksaki at Charlton?
He never came up against us, but I know Charlton fans absolutely adored him.
15 goals, 8 assists, I think, got in that season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he did really well. I think Roy Hodgson kept him around last year when he should have sent him out because I think he.
And then, because he started, he was coming off the bench at the start of the season and got an injury, and he was out for like 4 or 5 months, I think. And then he just obviously towards the end of that season he started coming back, but they weren't going to ever break into the first team regularly.
I saw a stat today. I've been coming out with these stats. 80% of your goals have gone from last season. 8-0. It's brutal, mate, isn't it? Brutal.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously most of the players were signed on loan, and that's where the problem lies. Like, obviously the loans are great, but I think sometimes you can sign too many loan players where it hurts your squad the following season, especially when you've got players like Philogene and Greaves that we was going to sell, and we're not really able to invest the money properly. So replacing them goals is going to be a big issue. I mean, we've recalled Oscar Estepinian, who the season before scored 13, so I'm hoping he can score at least that this season. But we still need 2 strikers. But the reason why Oscar was sent on loan anyway to Brazil was Rossini didn't want him in the squad. Like, obviously we signed Liam Delap, that was his player, so he didn't see Oscar as part of his plans. But I'm happy to have him back now because I think he's a good striker at this level. He's arguably a better finisher than Liam Delap. He just didn't, obviously Rossini didn't fancy him. So
to be fair to you, Tom, we were waxing lyrical over Rossini a lot of times last season, but I could tell you weren't totally convinced on that as well. So he wasn't the biggest thing for me, that the shock that he seems to be outside the national media, when he moved on. Have you got these cheap season tickets, as well? Is that all again for next season, or has your prices gone up? We've still got loads.
The price is still, I think, virtually the same, maybe gone up a couple of quid, but I think I sit in the most expensive place in the stadium, East End, and that's 40 quid a month, so it's not too bad. It's like 580 a year. It's not too. Yeah.
It's not bad. Ash, what's going on at your place? Are yours about £1,000 now? With that chance?
I think the most expensive is $850. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, that's 850. Yeah,
that's not the most expensive of Hull, I think.
It's ridiculous. No supporter of any football club, doesn't matter if you're in the Premier League or Championship, shouldn't be paying that much to go to watch football. It's ridiculous. He's kept himself quiet. He's obviously backing the managers. He's offered new contracts to key players. So he's actually, and don't say this very often, in the last, 8 years he's been there, he's doing all right. And you can clip that because you will.
You've said it now,
the season.
You've said it now. That's it. He's bound to do something crazy soon. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's kept himself to himself. He's obviously put his hand in his pocket, and that as Wednesdayites, that's what we want to see. Without going too crazy.
How well did your manager come across in Euros, mate, on TV? I just thought, wow, I was surprised. Were you surprised that he didn't move on, mate? I thought he might stick it out with summer, but mate, he just blew everyone away with his analysis, his knowledge. You can just see, mate, the guy's just like, he's going to be ahead of the game. Enjoy while he can, I think. It was
great to see, and I know obviously it puts a lot of eyes on him, and he did come across really well and speak really well. And yes, I think signing a new long-term contract was one of the biggest signings of the summer for us, most definitely. And just the way he has probably kept Chansiri under lock and key as well, because I'm sure he's come round to the fact that he looks like he's got a gold mine from somewhere. He's found him from somewhere and managed to get him to the club and keep himself out of the business. Let the manager do what he wants to do, and he's backed him as well. Like I say, he's brought in players. He's signed Chris Powell's re-signed, which is a massive thing for us as well. He was a good addition behind the scenes. Danny Rule is. Don't get wrong. He is going on to bigger and better things. If this season he keeps us mid-table, does well, and that, I'm sure next season or January or whenever a bigger team's managers go, they'll be sniffing.
Yeah. Were you disappointed to lose out on Pervada, mate? Because that was a bit of a bad one, wasn't it? It was basically in the door, I thought, wasn't
he? Yeah, personally, I was. I know there are a lot of things about people saying he was injury prone, but he had one injury last season in January, not in January, in March, and they brought him back too soon, and then that put him out for the rest of the season. But I know it's all hearsay, but the figures that they're banding around that Sunderland have paid,
wild, weren't it? Yeah,
we were happy not to have been put into that bidding war because we wouldn't have been able to afford him.
No, it's not worth that, Ash. He's not worth that. He plays in flashes. He's not even all that. I'm telling you, it's not.
It did when we had him. Like I said, for the I think he played 11 games. It was different. It did make a difference, but there's always the risk reward, how much you're paying, because we can't afford that 40,000+ a week. There's only Bannon who's on 50+, and then that's it. We can't afford 2 players.
He's on 50k a week.
No, he's not. No, it's just the thing that a lot of, like Chris Wilder did in a few interviews, saying us with £40,000 a week players, Bannon and stuff like that, but he's not.
Is that what Chris Wilder said, was it?
Yeah, a while ago now, though.
Yeah, he's a dickhead.
Whoa. Whoa, I like Chris Wilder.
I know you do. He likes, listen, he likes firing shots, though, didn't he? What did he call us? All them numpties down the road.
Muppets. He called him Muppet. Look, Joe, it's just banter. It's entertainment. If every manager was so polite and respectful, everyone's done well and everyone's had a lovely time, and aren't we all happy to be here? Wouldn't that be boring? No, you've got one person coming out and saying something a little bit different, and you've got gammons that can't handle it, and you've got people that realise what it is. He's just making football a bit interesting, because honestly, football nowadays is not that much fun. It used to be, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me, when it was real football. Nowadays, it's all about who's got the biggest bank balance, not anything else to do with tactics, and you've got someone having a bit of fun. Welcome it.
I agree with you, but I can't stop laughing because someone referred to Darren Moore as the Erminator, because he just keeps saying Erm all the time. Erminator.
So,
and Joe, I'm not saying you're a gammon.
No, I know you're not, mate. But I know, I definitely know you're not, man. Me and you.
He's in Cyprus, mate. That's the reason he's saying it. He wouldn't say it if he were down road.
Nah.
Well, it's almost like you're implying you can't move for gammon in Cyprus. It's more the halloumi vibe here than gammon. I don't actually think anyone's ever had gammon in Cyprus. I think if I ordered gammon in Cyprus, they wouldn't know what it was. I'll try it tomorrow. I'll let you know next week.
Ali, I think you've got a customer just coming, mate. Wants one of those shirts, man.
A shirt or a souvla or a souvlaki or a Kyo beer, if anyone knows those references.
I'm Googling
that. Cozzy, when you come to Cyprus, I'll take you for a Kyo and it'll change your world.
Does it play centre back?
Yeah.
Oh God! See, I'm trying to think where we go to next. You see, and then this happens, and it just knocks me off kilter in my mind. I'm like, right, that's where I'll go next. Bam, bam, bam. But it's hard to control you folks, isn't it? To be fair,
me.
Nah, not fair. Let's talk a little bit about Leeds. I'll have my time to shine now, isn't it? My time to shine.
Tell me about Matteo Joseph, because everyone's telling me he's going to be the next Ballon d'Or, mate. He is the man. Matteo Joseph. That's all people want to tell me at work. Matteo Joseph.
Yeah, no more Patrick Bamford. He will be sitting on the bench. Maybe if Matt or Cossie, you fancy a striker, then
how good could it be, Matteo Joseph?
Yes, very good.
Another one.
Yes, very, very, very good. We brought him in from Espanyol a few seasons back now. He's got dual nationality, so he played for
his cousin, isn't it?
Yes, which is wild. Yeah, he played for England. And then switched to Spain. He was supposed to go to the Olympics, but the club said obviously no. We want you in and around the squad because we want you for a full pre-season, and that's obviously that's paid dividends because he's scored a few. He's looked electric up top. He's doing everything that Bamford did from a pressing standpoint, but then he can also finish as well. Which Bamford's a streaky player. Sometimes he'll finish, then he'll miss open goals. From 3 yards out, and you're just thinking, how's that even happened? So, I think with him, he's a little bit of a killer up top, and then behind him you've got Rutter, who's just looking 10 times better than last season. And I know that might sound wild, but he's actually scoring in pre-season. It is only pre-season though, but genuinely going into this weekend, I am so confident. And last season we didn't get a first win till the end of August. Because of all these relegation release clauses, and we were losing players left, right, and centre. We've had a proper pre-season, and I think
he's a Somerville replacement.
Johnny Rowe.
Out
Johnny
wide,
Rowe.
you're a bit worried, Joe.
Is he right?
Johnny Rowe will be the replacement for Somerville if we can get that done. Yeah, but I mean, even without Somerville at the minute, the way we lined up against Valencia, we had Mateo Joseph, Rutter, Nonto, and Dan James. It's still strong. Ampadu back in midfield. Rodon on a permanent. Best right back in the league, Jaden Bogle brought in. And he's going to sit at right back and going to smash it. Yeah, so we're good. Sorry, what was that? Someone say something? No? No, I thought someone said something.
I think someone went, bullshit. I think that was.
Oh, did they? Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so we're strong, and we're going to probably get over 90 points and run away with the league.
Joe, what did you...
Clip it, everyone. Clip it.
I believe it, though. I'm not even lying. I believe it.
Joe, after that season, how long did it take? I'm not having a go because I know I'll probably get some shit in the comments, but obviously it was a brutal ending for you. How long did it take to get over it, or kind of to get your mojo back for this season? It was a lot
more palatable than, say, when Bielsa failed to do it when Wilder and Farke beat us that season, because we were all worried about Bielsa leaving, and we had Radrazani, and there was loads of uncertainty. Now, obviously, Bielsa decided to stay. We then romped the league the following year. This time, we knew Farke was staying. We got the 49ers. They're a very good ownership group and will keep us right. So, to be honest, mate, it didn't take long. I'm not even joking, but, yeah, it was nowhere near as bad as, say, the previous time when Sheffield United beat us to that second spot. That stung that year. But yeah, we're all right because we're in a really good position. I think the one thing we've got over the rest of the Championship is continuity. Sheffield United have done great business, and rightly so. I'm looking, going, oh, I'm a little bit concerned, but it is all brand new. Whereas Leeds United, our 11 is just going to have Jaden Bogle at right back. And
is he fit, Joe?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he took a dead leg last weekend, came off, but Daniel Farke said everybody's fit, and it's one of the first times in his career that everybody's been fit for the first game of the season. So I think to be honest, we've got Pompey, and I think we wallop them 3-0.
Ooh, do you know what?
Go on, pal.
Oh, this is really quick, Cozzy. Then it's all you. I was in the supermarket yesterday, in a Cypriot supermarket, buying Cypriot things, and there was a chap behind me, and he was wearing a Leeds United shirt. So obviously, naturally, I was sick in my mouth. But then when I'd cleared that up, I went up to him and I got my phone out and I said, "Oh, my mate Joe does this YouTube channel. This is all obviously in Greek." I said, "I didn't say it in Greek. I don't speak Greek."
Right. I was going to ask you to do it then as well. I was going, come mate, on then.
You know, when English people go abroad and it's just, hey, cerveza, por favor. Yeah. So it's just like that. So anyway, I went up to him with my phone. I was like, "My mate Joe does a Leeds YouTube channel. You might like it." And I showed him it on screen while I was in the queue to pay. And he just went, "Already subscribed."
See, this is what we do. This is what we do. I'm international, Hal. I'm international.
You are the pit bull of Ellen Road.
Joe, I tell you what's going to push you all the way. Sorry, Al, this is not you, mate, but I think Luton have been it's like that's it, the end of their dream and all this lot. I don't think so whatsoever. I know they've lost Barkley, mate, but I think they've got that core. I think they'll be right back up there again, mate. It's a bit similar when we went down, when people are saying, "Oh, we will be battling again," and we nearly went down, kind of straight away in the Championship. But I just think they've kept hold of, they know what they are, kind of thing, and that as well. I think Luton will, I could be totally wrong here and be about 18th, but no, I think Luton will be a best challenger, mate, followed by Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough, really? That's a shout. I think that they're not going to lose that Latila. Is he not going to lose it?
He's never fit, though, is he? He's not fit enough all the time, that's the only thing, isn't it?
Maybe. We will have to wait and see. I am conscious of time, folks, so what we're going to do is quickly run round, and I want to know your League One winner and your Championship winner. That's what we're going to end on this week, and then obviously next week when we come back. Actually, you can tell us as well your game at the weekend and what the result's going to be.
Joe, can I just ask Hal about another player I'd written down?
Do it.
The most amazing name, but apparently he's a right prospect and all. Oliver Arblaster. How good's this guy going to be? Because everyone says he's going to take that division by storm this season.
Oh, just sold my car to Ollie Arblaster. That's something I came up with that a little earlier, a little side project, and I'm quite pleased with it. I've met Ollie Arblaster a few times because obviously he recognised me. and he is going to be pure class. He is a great lad as well. He's a proper blade through and through. He's a really tidy midfielder. He doesn't look like a footballer. He looks more like a cricketer, actually. He looks like a spin bowler, but he's excellent. He's got like an Ethan Bamber look about him. Middlesex fans will know. And so I just really like cricket. And yeah, he's good. He's gonna be really good. He probably will go on, based on my Football Manager game, to play for England. But we'll see. We'll see how accurate that is. Nice. Previously, that happened to Mark Birchill, and then of course he also had Scottish nationality. Anyway, we're missing the point. This is not about Mark Birchill. I like him. He's not going to score a lot of goals. Tidy midfielder. Great name. Pow.
Yeah, there you go. What about that other guy you just lost out to Newcastle? Is it Osulu?
Asula. He is so cooler. Yeah, Will Asula. Danish. Good lad. I've scored as many league goals for Sheffield United as Will Asula, but we got £15 million. That's how much Alan Shearer cost Newcastle. The game has gone.
Yes, it has. It definitely has. You're right. I agree with you on that. I can't lie. Right, let's go round. So, Matt, tell us your fixture this weekend, the result it'll be, and then I want your League One winner and your Championship winner.
Exeter away. We're going to break this duck. We're going to finally win, and I think it's going to be 2-1. Birmingham should be winning League One. There's no questions about it. If they don't win it, they've failed. And I can't see past Leeds for the Championship either.
I knew this was going to go this way. I'm loving it. Cossie, you're up next.
Yeah, mate. Peterborough away at 5:30 on the Sky Sports Plus app. I'm sure it won't be on in any pubs or clubs anyway, pretty much. I don't think there's going to be any goals in the game, mate, which probably be a good result, really. I just can't see past Leeds, mate. It's simple as that. And yeah, they're not the most imaginative picks, but if Birmingham don't win a league, there's something badly wrong. But that manager, if they're not like third, fourth, second by Christmas, he'll be out, mate, and they'll get someone experienced in. It would have shame what happened to Mowbray, wasn't it? So I've always liked him, mate, but obviously
if he was still there, they walked to League One.
Yeah. Shame himself didn't, kind of stand up to it. But yeah, mate. Two really popular teams in Huddersfield, Leeds and Birmingham for the title.
There you go. Tom, what about you?
We've got Bristol City, I think 1-1 draw, which I'd probably take, to be honest, that season. Championship Leeds, and then just to go different, I'm going to go Rotherham to win the league, just because
Great lad.
Good stuff. Well, I'm not going to shock anyone by saying Leeds are going to romp it. Birmingham will probably do the same. We've got Peterborough. We've got Portsmouth at the weekend, obviously. Newly promoted. I spoke to a Portsmouth fan yesterday, and he said they played a certain brand of football, and the coach is going to continue to do that in the Championship. So if that's the case, they're going to leave themselves far too open, and we're going to romp them 3-0 minimum. Ash, you're up next.
I'm going to go Birmingham, like everyone else. Like Matt said, I think they should be nailed on for it. I'm going to go something different for the Championship. I'm going to go Burnley.
Okay. Yeah.
They're going quietly, not doing much or not hearing much about them. And I just think that parachute payments and everything. But I know you and Hal will probably sacrifice me at the end of the season if they come 7th or 8th or something like that. But I'm going to say Burnley, Birmingham. And we've got Plymouth at the
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney. Yeah. Wayne Rooney's Plymouth. I know. Sorry, I got it wrong. Yeah, Wayne Rooney's Plymouth. We've got the highlighted Sky kick-off at 4 p.m. on a Sunday. What's all that about?
That's ridiculous.
It is absolutely disgusting. But hey, we're in this league, aren't we? And that's what we're going to do. 2-0 to Wednesday. I think we're going to get off to a good start. Then we spoke to a Burnley fan on our preview show. They're not too happy at the minute. So
is it away at that game?
At home to Hillsborough.
Hillsborough.
Should win that. Let's go. Nunny there. A regular watcher of mine who is a Plymouth fan. I hate that we get called that. It happens, mate. Frank Lampard's Derby, Wayne Rooney's Plymouth. It's part and parcel of the game, isn't it? Hal, then come on, give us your predictions.
Yeah, don't worry, it won't be Wayne Rooney's Plymouth for long. Ash, I very much hope that you don't get sacrificed at the end of the season. That sounds ghastly. Can I just shock you? I'm going to say for League One, Bolton Wanderers, because no one else has.
Nice.
So we'll just mix it up with the Trotters, And we've got Preston North End on Friday night on Sky. As
You're
every
the
game
openers,
is.
aren't you?
You got Derby as well. At Blackburn.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're on that plus, so they're not good enough to be on main one, mate. So they're on that. Get your red button out with one camera, like from
Listen,
a
mate.
8210.
Cozzy, who I've already decided is going to be my new best friend, and I can't wait to meet you. When you're out in Cyprus, Cozzy, you got a little black box, and you can watch it all. It doesn't matter what channel it's on.
You never get them in England, mate. Tell you what.
I mean, obviously, I don't have one of them. I've read about them, and I will actually be reading about the game on CFAX. But also, we will have a watch along on Sheffield United Way. I won't be doing it. I've become too important now, so we've farmed that out to someone else. And for the Championship, I'm going with Luton Town to win the league.
So are you in second then? Because everyone told me after you did your predictions you had us fourth, I think.
Why don't you watch it, Joe? You lazy git.
I didn't because Hal, you asked me where should I put? Yeah, you specifically asked me. I'm doing my predictions, Joe. Where should you go? I said, well, we're going to win.
I just watched.
You went, I'm not going to do that, and then you put us fourth.
Joe, I just watched Matt SB. You know Matt SB,
yes,
good YouTuber.
I do. Yeah.
He watched my prediction video because he mentioned it, and you're my mate.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's too busy doing all his own shows. He does about 5
Yeah, no, man. I'm a busy guy. I'm a busy
Doesn't
guy.
watch along a place in the sun, does Joe? These days. all over that, mate. 60 grand.
I'm after going out to Cyprus with Hal. That's what it is.
Listen, Joe, once you've been on Brian's gun on Twitter, you know, not everyone gets that accolade. Then you come join the big boys.
Good stuff. Tom, I mean, you've said, where's Kossi? I'm in Greece and I only tuned in to see Ash and Kossi. Well, Kossi's there. So I don't know who you think Kossi is, but he's definitely with us and has been for the majority of the show, buddy. So, yeah, he is with us. Well, I think that's it. I think that's the end of the show. Another glorious episode, a laugh throughout, and no doubt it will, start to get a little bit more leery as the weeks go on and the games start getting knocked off, and I can just laugh all the way through as people are struggling and we're just knocking teams bam 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 all the way, so it's going to be fun. Any final thoughts, anyone, before we go? Does anyone want to add anything at all?
The only thing for me is just on a serious note. I think it would just be good to get back to football after what's been happening in the country. I just hope there's no dickhead marches planned on Saturday that's going to clash with everything. Honestly, it just breaks your heart, doesn't it, to see some of the stuff and some of the divisive stuff. And I think we all agree that football, as you saw with the Euros, obviously it didn't end well for us in the end, but it brings everyone together. And it's not many things that can do that these days, mate. So I'm just glad that everyone's got that back, mate, whether we win, lose or draw on Saturday.
I think we're lucky enough that we're now at a place where that shit wouldn't fly at the football. It might at certain... I don't know. I'm not going to throw anything. But I don't think it'd fly. I know it. I don't think it would. It wouldn't at Ellen Road anyway if anyone tried to do no marching or anything like that. I don't know what you... Will it or not? I'm not sure. I think we'll be all right, won't we? Because they're on about... Like, obviously, you don't want them taking football away because that's the last thing you want, isn't it?
That's when we do riot, when they start with take football away.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, we saw when COVID came out, bad it was when it sat on the sofas watching games. It was hell on earth. You might as well not have been on for me, mate. But just nice to have it back. And obviously that Sky Sports Plus have been going on about it, but just I know, Joe, you're used to all these late kickoffs and games move left, right, and centre, but I know, to be fair, they've announced them until January, etc. But I must admit, it still sticks in the throat some of this stuff, like games on a Friday night, but it's just the way the world. They paid the money, mate, and you've just got to dance their tune, haven't you?
Yeah. Just wait till the Premier League get the games over in America. I mean, that's where we all want to end up eventually, all right? But that game in the States is coming very soon. It's around the corner, isn't it?
We need to be in Cyprus, Joe, not on the States, so we can go out.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be one day we'll get an invite. Right. Right, I think we'll leave it there. Listen, folks, make sure you go check out New York Talk that Wednesday week, Sheffield United Way. Andy Takes That Chance, and To Hull and Back, okay? All great podcast YouTubes in their own right. I know some of you have had it streamed there, so if you're watching over there, then come over and subscribe to me as well. You'll be seeing us every week. And enjoy the weekend's football because it's finally back, man. No more... was it disappointment? I loved Southgate. maybe some years didn't. But yeah, I'm disappointed he's gone. But big up Lee Carsley, and yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks. Bye.